Hi, welcome. My name is Joanne, and this is our week's upload for the Parsha Haazinu. I'm just in the car going to get a few ingredients that I need while the challah is rising. So this week we're going to be talking about Parsha Haazinu. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. I'm just overwhelmed by it, really, and I want to make a challah in the shape of the letters that the Torah text in this parsha, which is the second to last. Let's see, we're in Deuteronomy 32, and in your regular Bible text, you'll just see it, in the English like this. But if you're reading in the Torah scroll in Sefer Torah, you will come across this parsha in a beautiful surprise, as you'll see it's written in a shape. The letters are in a shape. It almost looks like a gate they say the Hebrew letter, the fifth letter, Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Dalet, Hey. It almost looks like the Hey, and then next to it is upside down, the same shape. So it's an incredible experience to come across that text in the Torah the first time. As you will see, I'm going to just show you a picture of that. I'll just see if I could pause now and flash a picture of that separately. It won't be so great technologically, but I'm going to just leave room for you to see that. Okay, let me just give you a little doorway to see that. When we get back, we're gonna try to shape the dough into those shapes to make a picture of Haazinu using the challah. And so now, while I just had a couple of minutes, just want to read you the first part of the song of Haazinu in English. The Song of Moses. Give ear, O heavens, and I will speak. Let the earth hear the words of my mouth. May my teaching trickle like rain, my speech distill like dew, like gentle rain on new grass, like showers on tender plants. For I will proclaim Adonai's name, ascribe greatness to our God. The rock, blameless is his work. Indeed, all his ways are just. God of faithfulness without iniquity, righteous and upright is he. And then from there, the song goes on, as you all know, to talk about how the Israeli people of Israel, children of Israel, went away from him, how we went away from him. And it tells a little bit the history of the Jewish people, things that happened with the Jewish people, and how they were going to turn away from him and he was going to turn away from them. And yet at the end, the people are going to come back and he's going to atone for the land of his people. So it's just this amazing testimony that Moses leaves right the day. This is the day that Moses is going to leave the people. Well, God commanded him, as God commanded, that he would be gathered up to his people. So that's just the context of where we are in the song. And another context is that we have a little trees in the background here as I'm doing it from on the road. But the heavens and the earth, we're going to be finishing this Deuteronomy next week. And then we're going to be starting again in Genesis. And as we know, Genesis begins with the heaven and the earth, creation of the heaven and the earth. God created the heaven. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So look how this song just so beautifully addresses the creation. Did you hear that in the very first part? Was give ear, O heavens, and I will speak. Let the earth hear the words of my mouth. So we have this hearkening to the earth and the heavens that God created in the beginning to be the witness to this song that Moses is leaving for the people and for us, of course. And when we're thinking about those two shapes, the right side up and then the other, and then the reverse of the shape, somehow can you hear that in this? I find something about that connection between heaven and earth and sort of God's words coming down like the rain and like his word coming down to earth, and these two shapes that are echoing each other. It's like the part that we are playing with God. Last week I talked about Teshuvah, but this beautiful, beautiful part that we're playing together there. He is up there sending down his word, sending down his rain, and sending down, of course, his Yeshua to bring us back to him so that we can return in our hearts. And here's us down here looking up to him. So let's think about those two images of the two shapes as we're going to get ready to shape the challah and make the challah for this Parsha Haazinu. You saw the shapes, so read the Haazinu while I'm just going to go buy the ingredients. Why don't you read it? It's Deuteronomy 32, and I'll see you in a few minutes. God bless you, and we'll be right back. Hi, Hi, welcome. We're back for the Parsha Haazinu Challah, and last week's Parsha I did show a pomegranate. Remember, I held it up like this, but we didn't use it. But this week I would like to use it to put into as seeds into the Haazinu song. And one of the 7 species of Israel. So as we're reading our Haazinu song, and we're going to put a few of the seeds in the challah. You cut it around the top, and then just kind of so that you can peel it off and open the fruit, beautiful fruit of the pomegranate. These are the seeds. They're really delicious, the little pomegranate seeds. And as we talked last time, there's 613, said to be 613 in the pomegranate. You know, as we see the beautiful fruit, this fruit always makes me think of the seeds of Abraham. And as we read this song of Haazinu, we can meditate also on the generations, because as God is giving, as Moses is singing the song, he's having the children of Israel remember who he was, remember the days of isn't he your father who ransomed you? He made you and established you. So when we look at the fruit too, we think about how he made the children of Israel. He made the nation. He made the fruit and everything that comes from the earth, and he made the nation of Israel. He made he made you and he established you. So I like when I make challah and I come into the Shabbat to use the ingredients that they sort of connects to some of the things that we're reading. And if you want to put pomegranate seeds into your challah, it's nice to do for New Year's challah, because pomegranate is also one of the fruits that we associate with the New Year, because of Israel. It's one of the 7 species of Israel, and it has the 613 seeds. And the pomegranate is one of the fruits that we associate with the goodness of the New Year. We have enough seeds that we can get started, and we might even put in a few raisins as well. So as we put the pomegranate seeds in one by one, we could think about the seeds of Abraham, and then as we put them in, we can also just think about each of those exquisite letters, Hebrew letters in the Torah. So this week and last week, because last week we did the spiral, and this week we're doing this shape of the letters, we're using a long strand. It's usually when we do the challah, it's more of a braided challah during the year, but today and last week and for this holiday period, we're just doing something a little different. So here's what's going to happen now as we're going to shape it. Now, can you see we have two long strands of basically the same size, and what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to make the two rectangles, and one straight up and one upside down and one right side up. So I'm just going to show you basically here it is how our Torah portion looks. I'm just showing this to you from the internet just so you can see it. This is how the Torah portion looks, and this is the shape that we want to express in our challah this week. We will cut the pieces, but just right now I'm just doing a very rough layout of how we have this shape with the first column and the second column, and then after we're going to cut these, but right now I just want to show the echo of how the two sides echo each other. Inside one we have the pomegranate seeds, and inside one we have the raisins. So I'm starting to arrange it as you see on the parchment. Can you see that? So this is what we're looking at for the shapes, and again, as I said, it's going to need a little space in between, so hopefully they won't touch, and should be starting to look like our song of Haazinu. We'll put on our egg wash, and then we'll put a little bit of the pomegranates and raisins on the top, just to give it a little feeling of decoration and beauty. And I hope that it will be a poetic and delicious challah for this Shabbat, and that our children would be reminded of Moses' song of Haazinu and of our bread of life, Yeshua. And you see how it came out? Oh, yeah. Is that nice?
Yeah, it is.
Thanks.
Very
yeah,
nice.
Thanks. So you can see.
Thanks. I can't believe it.
This was a real original one, because it was I just had this inspiration for this particular week, because the way that the text is written is like this. I can show you the picture, but I just had this inspiration to do the shape like that. Yeah, thanks. So, thanks. Yeah, I'm happy how it came out, because you don't really know exactly how it's going to come out. So that's it. And so Shabbat Shalom, everybody, for the week of Haazinu. God bless you. Okay, so I just want to wish you everybody a Shabbat Shalom for this week. Shabbat Shalom. And remember, for all those who have ears to hear, let them hear. God's word is within hearing distance of us all. God bless you. So I hope you enjoyed this week's Challah-Cast. We're doing it live from Long Island this week. And just remember that God's word is in hearing distance for all to hear. And God bless you and have a wonderful Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.